Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekahak, Radash. The honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Scattered abroad, push out the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, this is this is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So as you see, I found this video on TikTok, and it says it's a restaurant. If you're 300 pounds or more, you get to eat for free, apparently. Which is insane. And you see all these women stepping on the scale, and they all well over 300 pounds. Morbidly obese. And that's what's being pushed. That's what's pushed in America. You know, not having the discipline to maintain your meal and dieting. You know, Jake, we come from a Mediterranean, Eastern way of eating, our ancient customs. But being over here in America, we've lost that. And being gluttonous, that's what's pushed. You know, stuff your face 4 times a day. And, you know, niggas eat all day long. They don't even... 4 times a day is nothing. Jake just eat literally all day long. I've seen it with my own eyes, my family. You know, which everybody's body's different. Sometimes eating 4 times will be beneficial if you're like smaller on the weight. But that's that folly. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place, all right? And all America is nothing but folly. What's beneficial to your flesh, you know, contrary to the spirit, but to the flesh, which is pleasures, vain, you know, and just ultimately being undisciplined and walking away from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which we got to balance. We got to balance the flesh and the spirit together, but overindulging, it takes away. And when it's famine hit and the times that we're coming into, a lot of these people are going to lose it, because the average American, I'm just going to say American in general, is not used to fasting. As you can see, a great mass of people are either unhealthy in general, they got health problems, health conditions, or they're obese. All right? And the elect men, the prophets of the Lord, and the 1/3, we're sitting and patiently waiting to get up out of this place. But this is why a lot of our people have all these different health problems, gout, freaking diabetes, and high blood pressure. Best believe a lot of the people in that video, and that's what's crazy. Everybody in that video was women. You got all these women. Oh man, all these women in this video. I think I saw one dude, but they were all women and well over 300 pounds, man. And the Lord gave us, you know, a dietary law to keep, to be able to have a clean, healthy body. You know, Let's get into the rest of the swine. I'm just going to get into 11 and 7. You know, because the swine is like the number one animal to eat amongst our people. The pig. And that's the most unhealthiest animal you could possibly eat, which is not beneficial to your body. Although Jake make it taste good with the seasoning, as far as your health, is not beneficial. It actually destroys your body, because you're eating the animal that was created to clean the earth. You know, the pig doesn't sweat. It doesn't sweat. It has pus, and it carries shitload of parasites in its body. The pig was literally made as a walking garbage disposal, and yet Jake is turning it into a delicacy. Not even a delicacy. Jake just passed down generations, has just been eating it, which is why this man made it so dirt cheap. All right, let's get it. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, and the Lord said, animals that divide the hoof and is cloven-footed as, characteristics, but it has to chew the cud. All right. So any animal that is cloven-footed and have a hoof and chew with the cud is clean. But as it says, and the swine, which is the pig, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he chewing not the cud, he is unclean unto you. And I just went into why the pig is unclean. All right. Verse 3, whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed and chew the cud among beasts, that shall ye eat. So you got beasts, the cud being the grass. You got clean beasts that you can eat, such as deer, ox, deer, cow, goat, sheep, elk, which is in the deer family. You brothers know. And then you got animals that you cannot eat. Obviously, anything that's a bottom feeder that eats dead animals. That eats anything that's not clean. As far as the cud, it is an unclean animal unto you. All right. Then when you call them birds, you got vultures. You ain't gonna be walking around eating no vulture, man. All right. Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean. All right. And then it goes into the waters. Any fish that don't have any fins and scales is unclean. So your crabs, your lobsters, your shrimp, all those creatures are bottom-feeding creatures of the sea, which is not meant to be eaten. All right, you take them all out of the sea. The ocean, besides it's purifying itself by the waves and the way it moves, it's gonna be that much more dirty, man. All right. Let me see. And this is why the Lord calls his people foolish, man. Because ultimately, they don't know. They don't know the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. They know Jesus Christ, all right? And what's pushed in the church, that come as you are. You could do this, you could do that. You don't have to repent. Whatever they be saying in these churches, which we all know that it's just a money scheme, all right? This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish, meaning stupid children. All right. This is what we saw that. You know, keeping us away from the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. And they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, wise to stuff their face, wise to just be completely careless and non-disciplined. But to do good, they have no knowledge. And that knowledge ultimately is the fear of the Lord. All right. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's Proverbs 1:6. No, 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Fools gonna despise it, man. They want to continue to walk after their own lust and doing what they want. You know, go tell your average Israelite, go tell your cousin about the dietary laws and see how far you get. He might throw a damn pork chop at your face. You know? Shoot, go tell your cousins you're not supposed to be eating on some shrimp and freaking what Jake like to eat? Oysters and lobsters and all that. And see how far you get, man. You see Jake all in these seafood restaurants with plastic gloves on their hands, and they just got a crab leg and fucking cracking it open and abomination juice squirting all over their face, you know, and wonder why they got all these health problems, man. But boy, Jake gonna have a rude awakening when the Lord takes the pleasures of this world, which he already has done that, but when he fully does it on a full scale, man, and he closed down these storehouses, boy, this is one of my favorite scriptures. Storehouses empty. Let's see, 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. So when the Lord put the spirit on this man to shut down these little fast food restaurants and the grocery stores, man, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And you saw that. You saw a glimpse of that in 2020 when they was buying up all the toilet paper and water. And all the food, the shelves was completely empty. You know? And that was a little prelude. That was a glimpse of Jacob's trouble. All these people going crazy. They baskets filled with water and toilet paper, man. Man, the Lord is gonna humble this place. These big old fat obese people, they're gonna be the same ones dying of famine. Alright. The Lord is gonna send a famine in the land. And that's one of the major things that's gonna happen when Jacob's trouble kicks the fan, you know? But Lord willing, this was edifying. We're giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations, and hopefully elect. Let's say Shalom.